You really believe this story? Osama bin Laden?
Yeah.
What part convinced you?
Her confidence.
If you're right, the whole world's gonna win in on this.
You will never find him. He is one of the disappeared ones.
Because she's an active member of the CIA, she's undercover, and to have met her would have meant I would have put her job at danger, so I was not able to meet her. However, our screenwriter started as an investigative journalist, and he's the one who stumbled upon this story. He was a great tool in my research of this woman. Also, I read a lot of books, things that she would be knowledgeable in, like I read The Looming Towers, and I read Michael Schur's book on Osama bin Laden, because I needed to understand Osama probably, like as she would have known him. Then I also spoke to people who would know what it would have been like to be in that line of work. But every choice I made was based on what I knew of the woman.
As an actor, I don't question who I am or you know, I mean, it's your job to, you know, to fulfill it the best of your abilities. Mark and Catherine, you know, in making the film, it's not about our comment or our opinion. It's about this story and these people, you know, and this incredible journey as we go on, you know, the greatest manhunt in our lifetimes, and giving justice and humanity and putting a face, you know, and hearts and life and sweat to these people. And that's all it is at the end of the day. And you know, I think any great piece of work, you know, the subjectivity is up to the audience.
You get to know them because of the choices they make, which is really how you get to know anybody in a story. But you get to know them by the choices they make, and so their personalities beyond that are in a way just sort of irrelevant.
Not just their personalities, but the way that that their scenes take place in the film as well. And what they're doing takes place, which is set up obviously by Catherine and Mark. The whole movie's tiered really well to keep things moving, and yet keeping the information, and yet keeping the characters alive. And I mean, it's really, I mean, good filmmaking is what it is. Yeah. It's an incredible story, and it's an incredible part of our lives.
Yeah.
And people get a little obsessed now, I think, about backstory. And I think one of the reasons, I might have a personal theory of why one of the reasons is that it gives actors something to talk about in situations like today.
Right, yeah.
That actually is not personal to them, so it's useful.
I want to make something absolutely clear. If you thought there was some working group coming to the rescue, well, I want you to know that you're wrong. This is it. There's nobody else hidden away on some other floor. There is just us. And we are failing.
The thing that really I loved when I first read this script was, like, you know, here we meet Dan Stanton, you know, the CIA's man on the ground in Islamabad. You know, he's a PhD, you know, he likes to DJ, you know. I mean, you know, that's the amazing thing about, you know, this film and following these people. They're not what you think, you know, and they're not the people that we just kind of take for, you know, that we just imagine of this. They're very complex, you know, highly specialized, motivated people. Yeah. And, you know, he was a great character to play.
As I watched the film, I feel as though Maya probably would have felt that it's all unfolding in her imagination and through what she can hear. Absolutely, she's a presence. And when you read No Easy Day, written by one of the SEALs, he talks about Maya, and he says that, you know, most of the time the CIA, they all do their intel and their research, but hers was spot on. It was the best research they'd ever gotten.
I think the film is unbiased about the torture as it is possible to be. If we left it out of the film, I think that would be saying a lot more about it and denying it, and than if including it. It is part of what happened. Right. I think Catherine tells us, and Mark tell this story as much as possible, warts and all, and the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you can't remove one brick of it and have it all add up, so you have to decide, are you know.
And because of that, one of the importances of the movie is it forces you to ask yourself those questions.
Sure.
As you saw Jessica's character going through, you know, in the beginning after she sees it for a while and then she's in there and then she's part, it's pretty compelling. You know, would you do that?
Sure.
And as a country, I think we have to ask ourselves those questions.
Yeah.
Because it's a part of our recent history. And it's going to come up again, and we need to know which way we want to, you know, what decision we want to make next time.